Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
Some of them are worry about self, others ain't fit for the throne. No, PTL friends, I love y'all. Pittsburgh, bless up until next time, Mr. Mighty Mystic.
Yeah, we love you too. That is Mighty Mystic. He's been on PTL a few times, and he is in our backyard this weekend playing actually a show in Tionesta. So it's a fun way to start our Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's nice to have you here too, filling in for Heather. Katie joining us on the first day of summer.
Happy summer. Happy Friday. Happy summer.
Yep.
What do we do on the first day of summer, David?
Well, Ron and I have a tradition. We started it last year. And so we have a picture to show you from last year. Yes, Ron and I wearing shorts.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I keep saying you're not wearing pants, and I keep getting in trouble.
We don't want you to say we're pantsless.
I don't want-
That makes no sense. But I want to show you.
Why
we
aren't
wanted
you
to
and
keep
Ron
up the
wearing
tradition.
pants?
So here we are again,
Yes.
wearing our shorts.
Yes.
Katie, can we pull this off?
You guys are nailing it.
Okay.
Absolutely. When you were walking around the newsroom, I was like, this is totally presentable. And
Are you going to be able to concentrate while we are in shorts over here?
I mean, it is a little distracting. I'm glad I have my script to fan me off here. This is
All right,
I can
we're
do so.
going to let this go. Let's go. All
It's a little risque for a morning show.
But I'm glad we kept up the tradition. You know, it's celebrating summertime, right? Oh, no, don't get too close. These legs need a tan.
I know. The problem is this summer. I mean, glad it's finally the first day of summer, but the weather, Ron, has been so rainy and dreary that we are really not getting that sun-kissed look.
No,
yet.
not the look that you might have.
I don't have that glow.
Well, one way to maybe get that look is go to the Pirates game on Sunday.
Oh, yes.
It is Superman Day.
Ta-da!
So I love this. So kids will get a special O'Neill Cruz Superman socks, but take a look at this.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. So you can get a Paul Skeens Superman bobblehead.
Look at
this
that
is going to
guy.
be so popular.
This is going to be so popular. It makes me. Can you imagine what the lines for this are going to be like?
Well, here's the thing. So
Right.
they thought this through because last time in April when they had one, there was the huge line.
Huge line, then they had to
So-
give out vouchers. It was a little bit of a kerfluffle because
Right.
it's just so popular because everybody loves Paul Skeens. And
So-
who doesn't love Superman?
This time around, you have to buy a special ticket, and that's how you can get the bobblehead. So anyhow, we just thought it was cool, so we wanted to show it to you. Something else that's cool. 50 years ago today, that people got scared to go into the water.
Maybe that's why I said watch out for sharks. It was on this date in 1975. They just released the movie Jaws.
Yeah.
Who remembers that? Do you remember it? I don't remember.
I was 2 years old.
Oh, a tiny tot. You were just a
I
tiny
have no recollection. I mean, I remember Jaws as a
Right,
kid
exactly.
because there were sequels and
Right.
that sort of thing. But anyway, we just want to play you a little bit of the ominous music and take you back to that time. Yeah, it cost $12 million to make Jaws. It made, just in the U.S., $267 million.
I wonder what. I wish we knew the comparison of what that would be like in
today's
money.
dollars,
It would
yeah.
probably be a raging box
It's still, I mean, wow. It was truly like the first summer blockbuster. And so they're going to re-release it later this summer. And there's also all sorts of parties planned, different places. There's like memorabilia that they're selling, like Jaws, you know, little plastic things that you can buy.
And it put like Steven Spielberg on the map, right? Isn't that
Certainly.
right?
Yeah, that was like his big hit. Do you remember what the first movie you went to was?
I know. So I don't remember the first movie that I saw in a theater, but what I do remember, are the terrible Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger movies.
Oh my gosh.
Because my siblings would lock me into the room with them and make me watch these scary movies. And to this date, I still can't. I can't watch. Our kids love scary movies, and I'm like, I can drop you off and pick you up. I will not be.
I as an adult, I would not watch. I didn't watch any. I remember the first movie in a movie theater was Benji.
Oh.
And I cried and cried and cried because Benji gets lost.
Oh, devastating.
And the ending is okay. I don't want to give away the ending in case you have not seen Benji, but like from the 70s. But I just remember, like bawling in the movie theater. My parents thought, oh, this will be so nice. We'll take him to the movies.
Yes.
And instead I was like, oh,
yeah,
this
that
poor
makes me
little
think of Bambi.
doggy.
I mean, there were so many. Why did we have so many?
Bambi was a good, I mean.
Where the red fern grows?
That's not,
no.
It's really a lot of sadness. All right.
I mean, it's good to be prepared for real life experiences, but man, I feel like that it's just a
I don't
trauma response for all of us.
Do not understand it. All right, hey, we have a sneak peek of a movie coming out in October. It's all about Bruce Springsteen, and he's played by Jeremy Allen White from The Bear. Take a look.
Trying to find some real in all the noise. You always do.
You know what? When he's singing, I don't think he like looks a lot like him, but when he's singing there in that moment, like I'm believing it.
I'm believing it too.
Yeah.
I watched the whole trailer before this just so I was like feeling immersed in it, and I think that this is going to be really great. I'm very excited for him.
He's an incredible actor.
He is. He's tremendous, and also I think this is also a huge. I would say this is quite an intimidating role, and things I have been rooting. Bruce Springsteen was actually going on scene or on set with them at times, but he specifically avoided certain scenes because, as Bruce says it, that they've documented some of the most painful times in his life, right? Like they're telling his whole story, and a lot of that has to do with trauma and what makes him resilient and all that stuff. So I'm excited for Jeremy Allen White. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, and he does his own singing in this, and I think he sounds a lot like him, like in that little clip you saw there.
Right, I like this trend, like Timothy Chalamet being Bob Dylan. I really like the direction that these actors are going, and they're branching out with music.
They're incredible actors. All right, let's get to your questions. We call this the Friday Free-for-All. Let's see what you're asking. Up first here, Joe is asking, have you ever considered devoting a show for call-in questions or comments?
As a matter of fact.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we did one. We did one over the holidays, and we'll probably do it again because we get so many questions that we can't get to every week. So we just sort of stockpile them, and we did a whole hour. We're going to do it again.
I know.
Will eventually.
We have a full inventory. I feel like of things that we haven't gotten to that we want to get to.
Sure.
Karen wants to know, what is the strangest situation that you've ever had to report on, David?
Okay, what comes to mind, I won't explain like the whole thing, but I will tell you this. We were in sometimes when you're out on news stories, you get into situations that become a little bit dangerous for you.
Right, a little hairy, yeah.
You remember those. So there was a situation once, and there was a crowd of people, and they were upset, and my photographer had like run into the crowd. A competitor's photographer, like a reporter from another station, had run into the crowd.
The angry mob.
And so we were left and they had overturned one live truck. And so I was in the competitor's live truck, and the reporter for the other station said,
"Is it the G20?
We need
when was this?
I'm not going to tell you anything. Quit asking. But I will say, she said, you need to drive us out of here.
Yeah,
I said,
we have to go now.
I cannot drive through this crowd, and I certainly can't drive the other station's and I did.
Yeah, right.
I did. I drove the wrong way down a 4-lane road to get us out of that situation, and fortunately we were all safe. Everyone was okay. We met up with our photographers later on, but that's like, at that moment, that was the scariest.
That is
like,
scary.
It was wild.
That's terrible. I've never done hard news, so I mean, I don't have anything good, although, like milking a goat was weird. Getting the massage from a robot on...
Oh, no, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, except it got a little frisky, so that was a little uncomfortable.
You know what, though?
So I've put myself in plenty of embarrassing situations, but I don't have any really. I have nothing compares. Nothing compares.
That was the thing that popped up. But and also when it started getting frisky, the camera panned off. So the viewers at home
Because I said, all right, that's enough. And then I interrupted it. Fortunately, the robot understood.
All right, Joseph is asking, will Yins make an appearance at Picklesburgh? We certainly will. Yeah, we're going to do another live show like we did last year. And, you know, things have sort of changed locations, so we're figuring it out. It's going to be a great hour, and we look forward to it.
It's really such a fun day. It's
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for us, we're there even before the crowd gets there, and it's still thrilling and exhilarating. And if you're not getting excited about bobbing for pickles and chugging pickle juice at 9 in the morning, I don't know what's wrong.
Chugging pickle juice. That brings back memories.
Karen wants to know how Marvin is. She says we need a Marvin Minute.
All right, Karen, because you asked, we'll give you a Marvin Minute, and I'll show you what he's been up to lately. He's made friends.
Oh.
There's this little bird.
Oh.
And I'm not even sure what kind of bird it is. A little yellow bird.
Frenemies?
And he comes they're sort of frenemies. But the bird like taps on the window, and Marvin runs to the window when this bird shows up. And he swipes at it, but the bird is just like, hello, little Marvin. And Marvin is fascinated. And Marvin now, I mean, not only does he run when he hears the tapping, he will go to the window and just sit and wait for his little bird friend. And he looks out and he's wondering. And I got a text from Gary. This bird showed up this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Like at 8 a.m.
He's so cute. This makes me so happy.
They're friends.
I
don't know
wonder
what's up with it.
I do wonder what would happen if there were not a double pane window in between the two of them.
All right, Katie, why would you have to bring that up?
Well, it's just, I mean, it's nature, okay, right? This is okay, but there's also an app that you can use to look up birds. Merlin, are you familiar with Merlin?
And you can look up what kind of bird it is.
You can look up what kind of bird it is. It can tell you it by its sounds. It can you take a picture of it. It'll tell you it's like Google Lens, but.
All right, I have to download that and figure it out. All right, one final question here. Janine, what actor would play you in your life movie? And people always say to me, like, you look like Neil Patrick Harris. So I guess I'm going to pick him. But I liked your answers.
So over the years, I've gotten two different people. I've gotten Jennifer Carpenter. She's seen there on the right. She was Deborah Morgan in Dexter. And I've also gotten Bellamy Young, who was Melly Grant
see that. Yes.
in the awesome series Scandal.
I like her, too.
Yeah, I know. I like
see her
Yeah, I
play.
know. Like, that's what I was like, oh, I should have. I picked that picture because she was wearing blue. I'm like, do I look like her?
I think you do. I think that's spot on.
Yeah, so
That's a
those are
great
the ones
choice.
I've gotten as like, oh, you look like this actress. And so in this case, if we're making a movie about me, sorry, ladies.
Well, that's the thing. That's
I don't know if they would want that part.
The premise of the question, like that there would actually be a movie about us. I mean, that's very flattering. Thank you.
That's so kind.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But it's fun to think, like, what movie star?
I know.
You know?
I mean, I do love saying that to people. When I worked in the mayor's office, I always used to say, "Who's going to play me in the movie?" But nothing that interesting was ever really happening. But it will be fun.
You never know.
You never know.
All right.